A single source of information. This is probably one of the more overused phrases within our industry. However, it is very, very accurate and useful when you come into answering questions, getting information from your Business One system. The manner in which we've developed Resolv is to have everything go inside of the Business One database. So whether it's the native Business One transactions, which will obviously feed the HANA or the SQL database, but any of the transactions that we create in Resolv, such as our container program or our quality control, are also in that same harmonized data source. And when we do integration to outside systems such as EDI or eCommerce or connecting to 3PL providers, they're also going into that same data source. That provides a lot of advantages when replying to customers' requests, where products are, doing reports, analytics. Going into the single source of data will always be the best way to operate. And with that, if you're using a warehouse management system, if you're using another system to enter in your orders that is outside of Business One, your employees are going back and forth to answer questions. Your reports aren't accurate. Your inventory quantities are often out of balance. And what we have done to kind of build upon that philosophy with the single source of information is we developed, as I mentioned several times, our warehouse management inside of Business One. So we are using SAP's Item Master. We're using SAP's barcode. So if I want to put in a new barcode, 9991234 as a barcode for eaches, again, we're using SAP's units of measure. That will be my barcode, one of my barcodes for eaches. And I'll show you that in the WMS later. We're also using the SAP purchasing units of measure and the dimensions for when you build a container, which this one in the demo data doesn't have the length, the width, and the height, but that we will use when we want to have utilization space inside of containers. Okay, so in here, I won't go through every field, but we do utilize the Item Master. We use the serial and the bin, and with serial and batch, I should say, and we also use the bins. So SAP bins are our bins. They can't get out of balance. I've heard numerous stories from customers where their inventory in the WMS does not match Business One. That is impossible with our system. What we do though is, in addition to using SAP's rules, saying this is a receiving bin or exclude this bin from allocations, which we'll honor inside the WMS, we extend the functionality of these bins. So you're able to use these bins if you have our quality control. So if it's going to be an inspection bin for inbound products that you're running through a QC process during purchase order receiving from a new vendor, if those items have failed their inspections, we have a not okay bin, and they're transferred into different bin locations that are not allocated, and so forth, rejected and reworked. Again, these will be SAP bins that have some additional functionality, such as QC, replenishment sources, and a staging bin. We also will use it for cross-stocking. So when you have some back-ordered products from customers and you have a new purchase order being received or a transfer being received, we can have items stored in this bin where we're going to then release the sales order. So instead of someone putting them away and then somebody else going to pick them from the other location, we keep them in one cross-stock bin location. Okay, so that's an example of kind of the single source. But if you need to do a report, if you need to get additional information out of B1, now you're doing a dashboard. Now you're doing a report or a query against those same tables.